Welcome to another price prediction. Today we're going to go over the crypto coin FLOKI. We are going to do a technical analysis sketching in long scenarios as well as bearish scenarios so we can trade based on them. Let's straight away jump into the analysis. First, I want to start by drawing in our market structure at our highest time frame. That's what we also always do. That's how we always start our analysis. This pullback brought us up all the way towards new highs. And from there, we basically started a whole range. So I wouldn't really say we broke structure since then. This is not a break of structure for me, so this will not be a valid pullback. It's still, this is our low to hold, and this will be our high to break. So while we had this range at the highs, we did get a rejection from FLOKI here, and that is because market makers distributed on FLOKI. We can clearly see the swing high, the swing low. We took out the swing high and test extreme supply. You have that 3-tap top. That is market maker involvement in pushing the price down here on FLOKI. So that would also make this your extreme supply and also your market maker supply. This was the last place that buyers tried to make new highs, but sellers said no and pushed price down towards new lows. So this is a really important one to keep in mind. And why am I analyzing FLOKI? It's because for the last 4 days, FLOKI has been bumping a little bit, and I can already see everyone on social media thinking new all-time highs. The strength is insane, but it's not that insane. We're gonna go into the technicals in a bit to explain what's happening. But come on, guys, don't FOMO into FLOKI like this because it's just pumping for 2 days. No reason to. But I guess that's the crypto market for you. Let's continue here. Because our expectational order flow is a higher low for a new higher high, that's also what we want to be looking for. We can see we have touched this structured demand perfectly. This is what brought us up to new all-time highs. That's also what we tested now, so price can continue its trend towards the upside and maybe even go towards all-time highs. So let's start drawing in our structure from here. This made new lows, but then we started to gain. Then we made a higher low and a higher high, so we are in that uptrend. But there's one thing I do have to sketch in here, and that is because yes, this is a new higher high, but is it that convincing? We touched supply and we straight away went back down. So we actually are going to draw a range in here, and this is valid as a deviation. So we have our deviation number one at the highs, indicating that market makers could be stepping in to push price down, which aligns perfectly with our story of this market maker supply. But if we can continue this trend, we will never get that distribution at the highs and your rotation towards the lows. So let's zoom in more locally over here to see what's going on. On the 3-day time frame, we can see this little pullback the market made before that expansion up with a balance above it, so that makes it an interesting point. Also in combination with some support and resistance, you can see the touch points right here. Overall, this is where the reaction towards the upside came from. And because we have now pumped so much, we really do not want to go below this part anymore. I like how we formed this bottom. We had a liquidity hunt before that expansion up, so that is great. I don't like how we're rejecting here now though, because this is our higher time frame pullback that brought us to new lows. This is also what we have to break with conviction for in order to get that change of character and our expectational order flow change from lower lows to higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs. So I don't like what we're doing here. And remember, the fast we can come up is also how fast we can come down. And if we do not get a good break here, then we could see some more downside on FLOKI. But it's also expected that we're getting a reaction from a point like this because this is just taking profit zones. Even though this would not be a valid break of structure, that doesn't mean the market cannot respect it as one. What would I be looking for? I would be looking for somewhere around this area to look for that possible higher low for a new higher high. This also aligns with our last pullback before our expansion up, this demand. And we can combine this with our old low and some interaction around this level as well. We can see the support and resistance once again. Demands make really strong zones if you combine it with support and resistance. So this is what I would be looking for on Floki to look for longs. And of course, the same way we are waiting for this change of character right here, I want to wait for that locally, especially if we do not get the correct break we want to see. We want to see price trend down, get that change of character, that order flow switch, and then we can play the higher low for new higher highs. And let's see if we can respect this low and continue from here. And if not, then not. Then we'll just continue trending down. And maybe we can try it again at the range low over here. So that's another scenario I want to point out. And then, of course, final but not least, we need to draw in the possible distribution in the making. What would we have to do? There are three things that we could do, and that is either touch extreme supply, it's not tested yet, or we grab extreme liquidity, which overlaps really nicely with your extreme supply, because if you take that extreme liquidity, you also touch in the extreme supply. So I am willing to look for shorts over here. And final but not least, the scenario that we can trade above the high one more time. This is going to be my playbook on Floki. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and also subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more of these analysis, then make sure to join the free Discord link down below. I'll see you there. Peace.